Welcome to Black Sheep. Hi, I'm Nancy from Black Sheep Knitting in Needham, Massachusetts. I do a weekly podcast. Well, lately it hasn't been every week, but I try to. And I try to talk about things about knitting, obviously, but new things that I've seen or new yarns that we have or projects, what have you. Today's topic, to begin with, is baby blankets. We have a lot of people who come in and want to make baby blankets for their upcoming grandchildren, children. And there are a couple pieces of advice I would give you. Because baby blankets don't end up in the baby's room very often, because people no longer put blankets on babies. Babies sleep in sleep sacks or something else, but they never sleep with a baby blanket over them. So if you're wanting to make a baby blanket, it need not match the baby's room. It should be a color that you like to knit on. And I know people come in and say, well, she hates pink, she doesn't want this color. A gift is a gift as far as I'm concerned. And so I'm of the opinion that you should knit with what you like and what you think is pretty and the way you want it to come out. So if it's pink and the person doesn't like pink, too bad. It's a gift. It's a gift. And anyway, that's my, I'll step off my soapbox now.
Having said that, white works for everybody.
Yeah, white works for everyone. Although, no,
Okay.
some people will say, oh no, she'll get it dirty. And they always talk about the daughter-in-law. I'm sorry, it's not nice. They always talk about, well, she doesn't like to do laundry, or she'll never wash that. She'll never hand wash that. Blah, blah, blah. Give them a little credit. Everybody, when you're a new mom, you've got a baby, life is difficult. You can go over, if you live nearby, you can go over and wash it for her. Anyway, one thing about baby blankets, I don't think they should be so big, because really the way they're getting used now is in the stroller. So I have one here. Now I forgot to measure this one. This one, this is the funniest little measuring tape. This one measures 20 by a little longer, I think, than it is wide. 20 by 24. And honestly, I think that's not bad to put over a stroller. So if you want to make a quick baby blanket, I think this is not a bad size. This is a cute one. This is called Honeycomb Stroller Blanket. So it's meant for a stroller. It will fit over the baby in a stroller. If you want one that you can double up and that it's warmer, you could do this one. And this one is called, let's see, what is this made in? Oh, this one was made in Ultra Wool Fine. So this is a fingering weight blanket, but you could certainly do it, I think. This looks like it's knit at kind of a bigger gauge, but it's soft and nice, and this you can throw in the washer and dryer. This one has been hanging around the shop for years and years and years, and it's called Easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a free store pattern, and it's made in vintage. So it had been sitting around in here for a long time, and I thought, it's kind of dreary. So I took it home and put it in the washer and dryer, and it came back beautifully. It didn't felt, but it just tightened up a tiny bit. But what it did do is it got super soft. So washer, dryer, no problem. I, of course, washed it in cold water, tumbled dry on my regular dryer setting. But I think this is It's a shop pattern, so you can always call the shop for it if you're buying yarn from us, if you're buying online or something, but you can call and we could send you the pattern. I really like this, and it's an easy garter border, which is about 5 stitches, and then it's just knit 3, purl 3, alternating rows. So 3 rows of purl and 3 rows of knit, and then it switches on the other. After 3 rows, you're going to do knit where you did purl before. But I was really pleased with how this came out in the washer dryer. So anyway, I recommend smaller rather than larger blanket. I don't think you need anything huge. You definitely want something that's washable, because when we used them in the baby's bassinet or baby's crib, they didn't get that dirty. Now they're going to get dirty because they're out and about and in strollers and on the floor and stuff. So you want to get something that's a nice washable wool. Enough said about baby blankets. We have kits now for the Ooey Gooey Cowl. If you remember the Ooey Gooey sweater that Andrea Mowry designed for Rhinebeck, she then made a cowl, which I think is quite pretty. I wasn't a fan of the sweater necessarily, but I do like this. So we made some kits, and this one is called, they're called by the name of the North Bay. So it's North Bay fibers, 1 skein. This particular one is called Bayshore, and we paired it with, you need 2 skeins of, we use dyed in the wool, and this particular one is Dead Reckoning. So the name of the kit, if you wanted to order it, is called Bayshore, this particular combo. And it does not come with the pattern. The pattern you'll have to get on your own. This next one is called Natural. So it's the undyed North Bay. And this is the Elemental Sport, which is what the other one was. And it's 100% Corma wool. It's really, really a nice fiber. It's spun and dyed in the U.S., which is really nice. And it's hand-dyed, spun in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It's from Wyoming, and it's hand-dyed in Pinconning, Michigan. Anyway, this one's called Natural, this kit, and we paired it with dyed in the wool Kyoto. So that's a pretty one if you like white around your neck with some color. Very pretty. And the final one that we have, we've sold some, so if you're interested, I would get on it right away. This one's called Lotus, and again, it's the Elemental Sport, and we paired it with Good Omen. Isn't that fun? I think that'll be really, really pretty. In fact, I would do that one. I think it's really kind of fun. So those are the kits we have made up. We may do more. It's a relatively quick knit and would be fun if you're going to Rhinebeck and don't want to do the Rhinebeck sweater. You could do that and you'll be in with the in-group. We have some new yarn in the shop. We have new yarn. Well, I have 2 giant boxes in the back of new yarn, but I haven't gone through those yet, so I'll probably show you those next week. But these are all from Universal Yarns. And Universal Yarn has interesting, I think most all of their yarns have some acrylic in them. This one is called Color Burst, and it's 23 stitches over 4 inches, and it's 65 superwash merino plus acrylic. And these are, somebody asked me the other day, what's the difference between gradient and variegated and striped? So this one is stripes and is gradient, and it goes from one color into the other. You can see where one color, when they dyed it, here's the red, here's the blue, and then right in here is purple, where, as you know, red and blue makes purple, and this is where the dyes met. And over here is blue and orange, and where they met, blue and orange, they're opposites on the color wheel, and so that made kind of a brownish color. Anyway, you can see all the colors. This one is called Tropical Sunset. And the beauty of this, and I was looking at it the other day, it's 600 yards for $21. That's not bad. You could make
Baby blanket.
a baby blanket, or you could, what I was thinking of was a little baby sweater would be cute, or a 1-year-old sweater you could make probably with 600 yards. So this is another gradient. This one I particularly love, the colors in here. They're so soft. This is called Lofoten. And Lofoten, I'm not pronouncing it right, is a town in Norway, which is, I was just there. Anyway, it's beautiful, beautiful colors. And then this one is called Aurora Borealis. And this is blues and purples, aqua. So I guess that's what the northern lights look like, I suppose. And then this one is, not only is it gradient, it's marled. And so what marling is when you would put two different colors together. So if you look at that up close, you can see there are two colors in each strand. So these are, besides being striped, they, the yarns that are used to make them up are marled. So it's two different colors spun together or wound together. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see these are the two, I'm trying to think of a way to do it, the two colors together. So those would be really fun to play around with. Do a scarf, do a cowl, do a baby sweater. Very fun. This would be just a fun, you could just do this and cast on and knit a scarf, or make it into a cowl or an infinity scarf. The colors are just pretty. It's nice and soft. Another yarn, I was amazed. I had to double check on this at the price. And sure enough, the price is right. This is a yarn called Mystical Marl, and this is a marled yarn, and you'll see it in a minute. And it's cotton and anti-pilling acrylic. And it's 109 yards for $5. So this one is called Industrial, and it's actually blue and white. So you can see the marl, the two colors. It's more, it's like a navy blue, maybe. Yeah, I think it's blue. This one is called Sangria, and that's a nice pinkish red. And this one, I like this, and I would love a sweater in this. I think this is cool. You could make a sweater, it's 100 yards, so you could make a sweater for 40 bucks, I think, out of this. This one is called, wait, there's something wrong here.
They're different colors. This is blue, that's black, or charcoal.
This is mislabeled. So this is color number, I don't know, but
We'll work on that.
We'll have to work that out. All right, this one's blue, this one's black, and this one is a bright blue. This is called Dusk. Pretty blue. Nice, bright, cheery sort of blue. Almost a periwinkle, I would say. So those are nice. They're very soft.
Is machine washable also?
I'm pretty sure it is, but let's see.
Cotton. Acrylic cotton.
It's machine wash cold.
Perfect. So good for a baby sweater.
It even says machine wash warm, dry, flat. And I, you know, as I said earlier, I I put this, the yellow blanket, in the dryer. I wouldn't put like sweaters and things in the dryer, and the reason I wouldn't is that there's a lot of yarn pieces that go into sweaters, and there are lots of places where you're going to weave in ends and stuff. If you keep throwing that in the dryer, the ends could start to come undone. This one, I think, only had like a couple places where there were ends because they were big skeins. But I wouldn't subject your beautiful hand knits to a dryer. Although, if you're knitting with linen, sometimes a dryer is a good thing for linen. It softens it. This is another yarn from Universal called Dallas. And this is wool, cotton, and some polyamide. It's a bulky, and it's 148 yards. And this one's called Saloon. Heaven knows why. But these are fun because they're sort of a tweedy effect, but not quite tweed. But there's all these little bits of colors. And I'm reminded of oh, now I just blanked on the yarn.
Millstone tweed, maybe?
No, it was a very popular sock yarn from Europe, and now I'm just blanking. Maybe it'll come back to me. But anyway, it has all those great colors in it, and this is really super soft. This is a hand wash, it says, because it's not a superwash merino in it. So this one is called Cowgirl Pinks, and I just love the flecks of all these little bits of yarn. And I saw a sweater in the new Lina magazine, which I was gonna, Robin, can you reach into my bag and see if it's in there? It's a big yellow magazine. Anyway, it reminded me that you could put like take this blue, for instance, and just add it somewhere. And I was looking at what made me think of it is the new Lina magazine, which if you look on the cover, and if you don't get this, I recommend it. I don't carry it in the shop, but it's a great magazine. From, Finland? I forget. Finland, it is. But do you see how they've used that color in, just use some colors in a different place? This is around the neck and down the sides and on the sleeves. So you can use, if you have bits of yarn, you can put them into a pattern just as a little accent. So if you were doing something like this, you could take one of these solids and just put it on a, on the neckline and a little bit on the sleeve, just for some interest to make it different. So anyway, these are really pretty and soft colors. And then finally we have a yarn from Universal called Bee Wool. And this is a super bulky. This particular color is called Blue Thistle. And it is, again, acrylic and wool, hand wash. No, I guess you could maybe machine wash. I machine wash almost everything, but in cold water and on delicate cycle. This says you could actually tumble dry. Wow. Anyway, this would be fabulous for a sweater or for a hat in this super bulky. I love a super bulky sweater for the winter. But this is really soft. It's reasonably priced. How many yards are in here? I think it's 80 or something. 84 yards. Yep. So that would make a nice hat. Or a sweater. This one's called Shadow. Nice charcoal gray. These would also make, there's a pattern called Lightning Fast Mittens that we made out of Rasta, which is a Malabrigo yarn that's also a super bulky. These would be quite nice. The Rasta, which I love, but it does pill. And if you're going to make a pair of mittens, you'll be trying to get the pills off. I don't think this is going to pill very much, in part because of the way it's wound and because it's partially the way it's spun. It's like a 2-ply, but because it's got some acrylic in it, I don't think it's going to be a pilling problem. So this particular one is called Yogurt. And then finally we have cerulean. Very pretty. Cerulean. I guess it's really what the color is. So I think that might be all I have to say for today. Remember, you wouldn't know it here. It's pretty warm. It's going to be 77 today on Thursday when I'm filming this. But it is soon going to get cooler, and it's time to put down your summer knitting if you're one who likes to knit seasonally, and pick out, get any of your projects that you left behind for the summer, to start knitting them or to find a new project. We have new yarns coming in all the time and lots of new ideas for things. They're cranking out new patterns on Ravelry all the time. So look, and remember, when you're searching on Ravelry, this is just a little Ravelry hint. If you put in sweaters in the search bar and click on search, on the left-hand side will be a number of filters that come up. And there is one right to the right of the name of your pattern, or what your search. You can choose Best Match, Hot Right Now, New to Ravelry. I always go to Hot Right Now because it'll give you the most recent patterns. If you go to Best Match, you can get some things from 10 years ago. And then I always go over to the right-hand side where you can choose the needle you want to work in. You can choose the weight of the yarn, how much yarn you have, and what you're making. So it's worth going to those filters on the left and that will narrow your search and make it much easier to look for something. As people come in and say to me, well, I looked on Ravelry, I couldn't find anything. And then I show them how to do that. And they're amazed that you can actually, filter it down to something more specific. And you're not faced with, 50 patterns that you're not interested in. So I think that's all I have to say for today. There's some fun things coming up. The yarn crawl, for one, which is, it's soon, September 25th through the 28th. So it's that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And all the shops are, I don't have, which reminds me, I don't have the passports printed out. I should do that. And the passports are free, and you can get them stamped at each shop you go to, and then you can leave it at the shop. We'll have a big prize out here that will get drawn from a glass bowl that we have here, and you can drop your passport in our shop or in any of the other shops. Depending on how many shops you go to, I think you can then qualify for there's a big prize. And I think there might be other small, there is one big prize, which is a whole bunch of gift certificates to the shops, because as a shop we're contributing gift certificates to those for that big prize. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, there's Rhinebeck coming up. Those of you who do attend Rhinebeck in October. I think it starts October 17th or 18th. And I'll be there. And if you see me, please say hello and tell me that I don't think I'll be on the hill with all the other podcasters, but I'll be walking around. So say hello and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you. So that's it for today. Have a week of great knitting, and we'll see you soon. Bye.